Alright, we should now be live. Alright, so do you guys want to recap?
Sure. When last we left our heroes, we all were sitting at separate tables in a tavern until Cramson tried to barge over and tell people the correct way to give directions and drew gibberish. And we all just sort of fell into a group going to go to our mutual destinations. But in the process of making Jules' delivery, we learned about a magical plague at a tiny village to the north. We identified that it was magical, that it came from a small, seemingly bug bite, and managed to get the bad gook out of the patient's body. And at that point, we decided to just drop all of our other things and investigate this plague. So we traveled up there. We found a bunch of goblins beating up a different goblin. We beat up those goblins and saved our good friend
Garned.
Garned, that was
Garned.
it. And we were in the process of taking him back when Key had a panic brought on by magic. I think we had just calmed down and then headed back to the apothecaries, and we stopped.
That sounds about what I remember, and also what I have written down.
Tom does a good job recapping.
Aw, shucks.
He can read me a bedtime story any night he wants to.
Alright. So yeah, since I know you guys were talking about it on Discord earlier, I guess we can throw it out there. We may touch some sensitive topics, so there's your warning. Run now. I gotta do the whole thing in the bio and details and all that stuff. Alright, so yeah, when we left off, we, you guys were basically arriving back at the apothecary. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm just gonna go sit down for a minute.
Alright.
What time of day is it?
It was still early-ish morning
Yeah,
because we
it's-
waited the night.
Getting close to
Okay.
like noonish.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, we set out in the morning, and it only took about an hour to get to the goblins.
Yeah.
So, hour back, and then the time it took for us to, kill the goblins.
I don't quite remember. How were we carrying Garnda again? Was it, did we actually make that stretcher for him? Or,
I think so.
okay. In that case, I guess. I guess the rest of us get him into the apothecary's hut for some long-term medical treatment.
Yeah. I think once we get him settled there, I guess start our walk back so we can see what the heck is going
Yup.
on. Man, we do a lot of walking.
Yep.
It's good for the lungs, I hear.
In the if I sat down the whole time they were getting him situated, did I rest enough to recover my strain or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody should.
Ooh.
Pretty much be back at full strain.
Ooh.
On the walk back, I just kind of quietly say to everyone, I'm sorry about that, you guys. Thank you for understanding.
Nothing to apologize for.
I could have healed him, and I could have.
Cramson is right. There is nothing to be apologetic for.
She just kind of smiles at you guys like this is the most kindness she's probably ever received. So cool. Let's move on. Let's go find this plague.
Let's do it. And then I can kill it with my axe.
Alright, so you guys head back to at least where you were when you stumbled across the goblins. Oh yeah, it takes you about an hour or so to get there. Bodies are still there. You see some crows pecking at the carry-on, just eating. Otherwise, it seems pretty quiet.
Now, I don't remember. We're on the outskirts of the town village thing, right?
Yes.
Okay. Were we near a farmhouse, or should we just go further into the village?
Well, before you were told that it was a lot of the farmers that seemed to be having these issues.
Okay. Well then again, I guess if everybody is okay with it, we should just maybe go start seeing if we can talk to farmers.
Certainly. Do
Okay.
we see any farmers in the fields?
It takes a little bit of looking around, kind of going through some of them. Most of the fields are fairly large. But yeah, you stumble across some that are not too far in the field. Some kind of going between the barns and a cart.
I look at everybody and I'm like, I don't think I should be the one to do the talking.
Well, I certainly have no lack of speech. I am more than happy to take the lead in this matter. And Cramson's just gonna walk up to somebody, be like, "You there, good man. Tell me, have you experienced any strange bites? Maybe some strange insects you've seen or other small creatures?" "Oh, we're friends of the apothecary, and we were interested in the strange sickness that seems to be going around. Looks like it might be caused by bites of some kind. Small ones, bug bite looking things, although we don't know yet what causes them."
Does any of them look like the bite?
Well, hard to say without more investigation.
Sir, do you have like a place in town where all of your sick are being held? The really seriously ill?
Not really. We usually just keep them locked up in their home. It's just easier that way.
Do you happen to know who is the closest?
I want to say Jones. He's about like 3 farms down. Kind of points down to the east. Just go that way. 3rd farmhouse. Might be walking a while, but you'll find it.
Well, it's
Gaudy
a
looking thing.
We thank you. I really hope those bug bites heal.
Yeah, occupational hazard. Now, anything else I can do for you? Yes, no. Come on, time's wasting.
We will let you know if we have any more questions.
All right, fine. Let me see him. With that, he just turns and walks back into the barn. You can kind of see him picking up some hay, like fairly large hay bales, and just chucking them farther back.
When he's got his back to the group, Jules gonna tip her hat like in a very mocking way of salute.
All right.
Cramson will give a very lizardy side eye to that tip.
Okay. So what do you guys
Well,
do?
I guess it's off to this Jones farm next.
Down to the Joneses.
It seems.
Let's go see if we can keep up with the Joneses.
You can never keep up with them.
So true.
All right, so it takes you guys maybe a half hour to walk down there. Again, it's large fields. It takes a while. You can see like multiple people out in each field. We're looking 10, maybe 20 people. So it looks like some are kind of like pulling weeds, some are harvesting stuff that's ready, some are just out there kind of swapping bags out with those that are harvesting.
I thought this area was supposed to be like ravaged. She says to no one in particular, just out loud.
Yes, I'm pleasantly surprised too that the field hands look to be in good health for the most part.
Well, we also haven't seen what this place was like when more people were well.
It's true.
Can I just spend a couple strain to activate detect magic? Just so I can kind of scan like as we're walking, like the people in the fields and stuff.
Yeah, so you won't actually use the strain because you're not making a roll. You only take strain when you make a check.
Oh, well, even better. I would
So-
like to do that then.
Okay. Alright, give me a perception. We'll go hard perception with a boost.
So now I have to take the strain?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, if you're actively just looking around, I need a perception. You're gonna have a boost because of the detect magic is up.
Nice.
Alright. So looking around, you see all the people that are out there in the fields. You start to see just little glimmers every now and then in the ground. And you see like the crop kind of part, and you'll see a little glimmer that goes under the ground.
Okay, so I'm seeing like little sparks almost, like
Yeah.
the black sparks like we saw.
Yep.
Like I saw with the other. But they're not on the people, they're like you said they're like on the ground
Yeah,
or
it's like
under?
it's in the ground.
Okay. Um Well, I'm detecting the little sparks of black electricity, kind of like we had with our patient, but they're not on the people yet. I think it's the little bugs or something that's causing it. I can see them from time to time moving along the ground.
Can you get a bead on one of them long enough that we can try to capture a specimen?
I can try. Do I have to do like another perception or something?
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is, because you're basically going, or I don't, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Oh, hold on. Okay, Ryan can
Hold
hear me.
on.
Can everybody else hear me though?
We lost him. Yep, you're back.
For some reason, I had to go set my mic to default and then back to Yeti. So I don't know. It might have just been from when I moved it. I might have tweaked the cord and it decided to have a little stroke. Alright, so what we need to do is... So you're going to try to track one of these?
Yeah, see if I can get track it to see if there's a way we can try to capture it.
Okay. Give me a... We'll go hard survival. You'll still have a boost because you still have detect magic running. And this will be kind of check to see if you can find another solid source.
Hot damn.
If I can't catch
Okay.
it with that,
It's good shit.
Wow.
So-
Ula's fire.
Azula kind of walks in into the crop to try to track this down. Right under her feet, she sees little black sparkling under the ground going, and she just stomps her foot down and just stops dead.
I think I got one.
Come. Who has like a jar or something we could scrape it into?
I think you guys do. Didn't you grab some from the apothecary?
We did. I will go into, because I know I brought my knapsack, so I'll grab it and hand you a jar.
I'm gonna like use like the edge of a knife to also like just scrape in. Because was it underneath the ground or was it just on the
Yes.
surface?
No, it's under the ground. Basically, it's in the dirt.
Oh.
I'll keep my foot there and then I'll just kind of direct you because I can still see the spark, right? Yeah, so I could just I'll just direct you to kind of scrape the dirt. About how far is it?
Like how far down?
Yeah.
Just a couple inches under the
Okay.
in the dirt.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess Crimson will like almost trowel it in with like a knife's edge, just like chunk a bunch of dirt that has it in it into the jar and then just seal that up real quick.
Okay. So as you lift the jar up, you don't see anything at first. Just a bunch of dirt. Ula will see the little black spark in there. But as you kind of shift it around, look around, twist it, kind of point up at the sun, you see little black legs kind of like lash out and just tink, 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 tink. And you see a black spider, about, yay round, as the body, start to kind of unfold from the dirt. And it looks pissed.
Well, it's always spiders for some reason.
Can I roll knowledge to see if I recognize the spider?
Sure.
Would it be regular knowledge or forbidden?
Ooh, that is a good question. For the type of spider, would be just like a regular knowledge check. We'll see what you get with the if you can identify the spider first.
Also, I'll give you a boost on that because Cramson's definitely using his own knowledge skills to try and examine this thing.
What would that be? What's the difficulty?
This one will go. It'll be hard just because it looks really messed up.
Nice.
Okay. So yeah, you identify it as what's known as a baneback spider. With your triumph, don't even worry about doing the knowledge forbidden roll. You know this has been twisted by forbidden magics.
I don't know which magic source.
No, not right offhand.
Okay.
I mean, it's good chance it's conjuration, but at the same time, it's more of a mutation. So it could be a twist of magic and breeding.
I will relay that to the group.
When I'm looking at this spider, now that we can see the spider, does it is the magic more visible, or is it instead of a spark, is it something else?
No, to you, it still looks like sparking. It's really vibrant up around its mandibles, and every now and then you see like a couple little small drops of just a black liquid.
Well, I'm looking at it, and it seems like whatever it is, this baneback spider, its venom is what's been twisted the most. That's what's, I don't know.
Indeed. Such a mutation. Do any of us here believe that could possibly be natural? Because this seems far, far too malevolent.
It's definitely been twisted by magic. The signature's too strong.
This could be perfect. If we had more resources here, we could develop an antidote, counter the venom, maybe even unweave the curse.
Well, we should probably leave that to our alchemist friends.
Well,
Unless any of you are an alchemist.
Well, took a course in it years ago.
Ula's not surprised.
I only have basic understanding.
I don't have any ranks, but it is a career skill, so I could get some. I've got 10 XP. I could, in theory, buy a rank and try something.
To be honest, it's actually a career skill for me too. But that's not her area of study at all, so.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so what do you guys want to do? You now have a magically twisted baneback spider in a jar with some dirt.
That's very angry at us.
That's really pissed.
This is a good start, but we should continue with our plan. We need to examine more patients, learn more about what this venom does. And in the meantime, we can think of better ways to secure it. Does it look like it's actually breaking the glass when it taps on, or is it just an angry little critter?
Well, at first it was just kind of tapping, but the tapping is getting harder.
I actually was a little worried about that too, so
I'm not sure if this falls more into utility or augment, but would I be able to use my magic to strengthen the jar against the spider?
Possibly. Which which spell are you planning to use?
Well, I was thinking of using an augment spell to like strengthen its defenses, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I make a roll for that one?
Yeah, because you'll be physically casting it. See, I was gonna say, I mean, augmentation, shield can work too, or barrier, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, either one. It'll just be a easy. Only be easy to augment defenses. We'll say an average. Yes, you're using verse.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, an average verse check.
Yeah, so Cramson will whip out his lute, start strumming a tune, and hum along, try to weave some strength into that glass.
you're gonna sing it strong.
You bet I will.
There's that Britney Spears song, Stronger.
Just no. I will shatter the jar.
Seriously? Aw.
I mean, if he's no, we don't want to get copyright smash. But
Hey!
all right. So
Nice.
yeah. So what does it look like to you when you augment this glass?
So,
I mean, I guess your party could probably see it too, knowing that you're doing it. What does it look like in the glass?
so it almost seems like the wind picks up a little bit when the music starts, and a little flurry swirls around the jar, and as it does, there's this sound almost like ice coating over it, although it's not ice, it's just the glass thickening, hardening, strengthening the bonds from bit to bit.
All right. Does it impede the transparency of the glass? Like, does it kind of turn it into like almost like sea glass, where it's like a frosted look?
I would hope not, but I think that's a fair consequence of making it stronger.
Well, no, I mean it's fine. I mean your successes are fine.
Mm, let's say a little bit, because I do like the image of it changing it a little bit, but
Okay.
like still enough that we can see the spider more or less.
Right. It's not quite as thick, but you can still see through it. Just a little muddy, a little foggy.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you guys have this pissed off spider sitting in a jar.
Well, that should hold it until we can think of something better.
He just kind of looks like, God, it was so easy for him. How? She just carefully, gingerly puts the spider back in her stuff in her knapsack.
And I guess we keep heading to the Joneses.
All right. That doesn't take him too much longer. And yeah, when you start to get close when you come up to or you can see on the horizon a farmhouse that looks fairly dilapidated. Looks hideous. I mean, it's got this like weird bright green, partially painted, but also like a bright purplish look on parts of it. It's god awful.
Joker colors.
So as you approach, there doesn't seem to be any sign of activity.
We should be cautious. If they have progressed so far, then they are likely hostile in some way. And I guess we'll approach the porch or front door or whatever and see if there are any intact windows or if the place has all been boarded up.
Most of the windows seem to be intact. The front door is slightly ajar,
That's
and it's
concerning.
dark inside.
Cramson will whistle up like a light spell that'll manifest as like a little glowing orb that hovers near the party's heads.
Okay. So you guys now have this little glowing ball of light floating around.
He'll just say, well, I suppose nowhere else to go but in.
Key will follow, but her eyes will be up on the orb the whole time. She's not looking around at anything else.
She's gonna start batting at it.
No, she's looking at it with a mixture of fear and awe.
Gotcha. Alright. Who's all going in?
Cramson
Well,
will go in.
I say I don't know that we should all go in, but we can. I just don't know that the orc is somebody that wants to like. I'll just kind of take up the rear. You know, like I'll step in, but I'll just kind of stay back.
More stay by the door, make sure. Okay.
Yeah, if I hear something going south or something, I'll be close enough to help out, but I don't want to like freak anybody out either.
Okay. Can't hear you, John. We lost John. We can see you, just can't hear you.
Looks like he's on mute.
Oh, he just turned mute on. Now he's on mute. Nothing.
Still nothing.
Check your mic, see if you might have hit a mute switch or something. Oh no, we lost him! Ah. Which is weird, because now we got two cameras of Nikki's room. Oh, he's coming back. Although, move me. The hell. Oh, wait. There we go.
All right, can you hear me now?
Hey, there we go.
It's working again.
Telling you, man, I gotta get you this other mic to see if that works better than your one.
I was having problems getting words. A couple times I started to say something and someone else would go, and I was like, oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know how that goes. Alright, so what does Jewel want to do?
Oh, I'm going to assume that there's a smell coming out of here of human sickness.
It's a little bit fainter outside, but yeah, if you go in, you definitely are going to smell it.
When Jewel catches a whiff of that, she offers to guard the outside and keep an eye open for the other farmers.
Alright. Alright, so 2 outside, 2 inside?
Is Key going inside or outside?
She's not even like thinking about it. She's just following the orb,
She's going to follow the light.
kind of like a moth.
All right, well then I will stay outside, but like right next to the door so that I can hear.
Okay.
Yeah, Jewel will maybe walk around the house and just observe the other farmers, what's going on.
Okay.
She's gonna find whichever way is down, no, upwind. I'm sorry, from the house, so she's out of the smell.
The wind's moving, we'll say, to the west, so. Alright, so. Of the two that are going inside, who's first? Like, well, I'm gonna assume you're
Probably
first, because,
Cranston.
yeah, because she's just moth of the flame.
Yep. It was definitely Cramson first.
So, yeah, as you kind of listen for a minute, you don't hear anything. Just kind of lightly push on the door and just creaks open. You start to step inside, it's dark. I mean, it's weird because it's unnaturally dark in here. With the door opening more, just the smell of rot and decay just assaults all your senses. I mean, you can taste it in the air.
At that, Kiwi will look around. Like, what the hell did we just walk into?
Looking around, the windows, though most of them are intact, are covered with, it looks like cloth. The further you get in, it starts to get a little harder to move. You're noticing you're kind of sticking a little to the floor. Using the light, as you look down, you can just see this black liquid all over the floor.
Oh no.
As you go on through the kind of like the main room, you can see two doors that lead farther into the back. Out of one of them, you can see this black liquid where it had been leaking out from under the door. The other door, you're not sure if it goes up or down. You don't really see like a staircase, so you're guessing it probably leads down. The table that's in the dining room, kitchen area has some food on it that is mold. There's probably not a whole lot of anything there but mold. There are a few dead rats laying nearby where you can see that they had eaten and something killed it.
So are there visible wounds on the rats, or did they just keel over dead?
It looks more like they just keeled over. You don't see any actual wound marks.
Ooh.
I'm
No, go ahead.
guessing there's nothing alive here.
Give me hard perception checks.
God, I said a bad thing.
That's a big oof, Chief.
Okay. Okay. So, which door do you want to open? The one with where the liquid had been coming out, or the other door?
So Cramson's gonna take like a bit of cloth over his hand just to be safe, but just that's ripe. I suppose we need to find the source. And reach out to touch the door that has liquid seeping. Does it look like the liquid is actively flowing, or like it had flowed in the
It had
past
flowed.
and stopped? Okay.
Like there was a steady flow of it, and it's dried.
Okay. So yeah, he will just tentatively open the door that the liquid came from.
Okay. So you start to push the door open. Just it stops. Like it hits something hard.
Does it open in or out?
Opens in. So into the room.
Ooh. Is it enough for a kobold to squeeze through, or at the very least poke a head in?
Yeah. Kobolds are small. They can get a head in there. All right.
Cramston will stick his head in to see. Oh.
All right. So
Yep.
Cramston, slowly puts his head in. So what are you two doing outside?
Fuck you.
Well, Ula is, like I said, she's kind of standing guard by the door, listening for any trouble.
All right.
Um.
Give me a hard perception.
Okay.
All right.
Not bad.
Okay. So really quick before we get to that. So Joel, you were walking around outside, looking for like the farm hands or anybody out in the field there.
Yeah, I just was walking around. I mean, if there's purple on one side of the house and what was it, green on the other or whatever, like
Yeah.
there are other colors. I was gonna maybe check that out. But yeah, I just was seeing what's going on around. Yeah, staying away from the stink.
All right. So going around the east side of the house, you're not really. The colors it's just the same two, just repeated in just this god awful pattern of some sort. As you look at it, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense as to why, or what the pattern was. Just somebody decided, hey, this would be a great idea, and it's hideous. As you look around, one thing you do notice is you don't see any farm hands. You don't see anybody in the field here. The crops look kind of choked out by weeds. Doesn't look like anybody's been here to do a whole lot. There is one barn and one stall, one barn for like hay and stuff like that, and then like another one that should keep animals.
So Jewel, using her deduction, knows that these other farmers are Republicans because they don't care if other people die, just as long as they're not dying during the plague.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
Which clearly means that these people were probably Democrats because they let them die.
Or
Which
other
of the
Republican.
farmers are wearing masks, though?
Well, I mean, they did put cloth up on their windows.
That's true.
True.
All right. So, does Joel want to check out anything else, like either the barns, or is she just kind of staying more out in the open, trying to not smell nastiness?
Yeah, if there's barns or outhouses, I'll start walking over that way and taking a look. I would expect that there would be animals typically on a farm, either cows or goats or something, or else possibly some workhorses. So I'm gonna see if there's any of those.
Okay. So you start to head that way. Now, for Ula, are you paying attention inside or more outside? I'm gonna assume inside. Okay.
Mostly inside. I mean, I assume that if something was outside, I would only probably pay attention to it if it was nearby.
Okay. So yeah, as you're kind of looking around, every now and then you notice what looks like a cloth over the windows shimmer a little, like it vibrates. And then you start to hear, but a lot of them.
Oh no!
And it sounds like it's coming from underneath you.
I am going to throw the door open and I'm going to just yell, Cramson! Key! Get out of there!
Alright, so as you're yelling, as the cobalt head slides in between the gap, you turn and look. Room's dark, but luckily the little ball of light kind of zips in. And in here, you see what had been the family that lived here. Most of them, you see a very young girl. Just she almost looks mummified. Her mouth wide open in a scream. What you're assuming would be her mother has her arms wrapped around her. And you see what had been the father, or Mr. Jones, standing there. That's what the door is hitting. It's hitting the back of his leg. His mouth's open, his eyes are wide, and he's got a huge butcher knife in his hand, and he's locked back in a slashing motion. And as you kind of look up and the door hits it, the head shifts, and you just see spiders start pouring out of his mouth.
He's going back. He's going back. Just run. Run. He's fucking booking it.
Alright, give me a... Oh, would be a good one. Coordination. We'll go hard coordination.
For both of us?
Yes, because he sees that. He's basically pulling his head back, jumping back. You're essentially behind him. So he's going to be slamming into you. You've already got the stuff that's on the ground that's kind of sticking. And a bunch of spiders pouring out from under the door.
This is
I'm
gonna
flipping a
suck.
pip.
Gonna flip a pip.
What's
Why
our
do you
new
hate us?
thing? Our new code for pip flipping.
That's a story. I mean, they're called story points, but I mean, flip a pip is the same thing. So now you
Flip
should be able to
pip.
do it by clicking on it in the RPG sessions
Oh.
up at the top. So then it should register that you flip it over.
Oh. There we go. And then is there a way I can subtract dice so I can turn one of my greens to a yellow?
I think so. Let me try something.
Because I can also
Yeah,
just get rid of it and do it
click.
again.
So bring up the skill. Click on the die you want to remove, and then click on the one you want to add.
There we go. Oh no!
You know what? I'm not even flipping a pip because my I only have one green dice for this, so at least I didn't fail.
So can I use this advantage to shove Key further towards the door? Is that a legitimate use?
This is so funny.
Okay. Okay. I'll do that then. That's all I've got.
We just walked into Ron Weasley's nightmare.
Just walked into
Couldn't
my
you-
nightmare.
Burn it to the ground.
There's a lot of irony here.
No, I didn't.
I knew it. As soon as you asked, so are you paying attention inside or outside? And she said inside. I was like, oh.
Well, when she feels that, she's gonna kind of do the get off me spider dance, you know, and try to like, uh, uh, try to see what she can do. She might even be willing to stop, drop, and roll if she thinks it'll squish them or something.
This might be time for like your heroic power just to anti-spider.
You're not wrong, honestly.
Meanwhile, Jewel, oh, what a nice barn.
Right? Except I don't think it's a very nice barn either.
Well, if there's a yell or there's some kind of perception check I can make to whether I hear it or not, and I'm fine not hearing. If I'm too far away, I'm fine not hearing it. I just want to know like how far away am I, and so it's just straight hard perception.
Oh. The wind out in the country.
Yeah, yeah. So
He's eating lots of peaches.
I picture myself like hearing something and kind of looking, but I'm not. I can't see the door. Like I can't see Ula or anything from where I am, and I just kind of keep wandering on. Then I'm going to the bigger one. Like a loft. Jules gonna close the door as soon as she sees that. She's not interested in anything
Mark.
like that. Just
a
door
better
closed.
a better response than everyone else.
She might even go as far as like back away a couple steps too. But she's also not like overly concerned. Like she's not. Yeah, she might still walk around, continue walking around that barn.
Ooh.
I'm still standing, right? Okay.
Ooh.
This is good. Just Crimson.
Anyone? Anyone mind if I flip another pip? Because I've got a 1 green.
Go for it.
Oh, come on! Oh! Oh!
Okay, so based on past precedent, her initial reaction is going to be putting up a barrier spell. I would try to encompass just me and Cramson. We can deal with the couple spiders that are actually on him. Unless because of how my barrier spell works, I can push him off. But if that's not the case, my plan would be to just create like a perimeter around us so we can kind of catch our bearings and figure out what to do next. Right, because the way my magic works is kind of like it be like a crystal, so it'd be like moving the crystal over him, kind of pushing everything away. Right? Okay. So I get the since it's basically survival, would I get maybe like a boost or something to my discipline check? Or is it because I'm basically doing it as knee-jerk reaction? My life's in danger. It works for me, like no problem. Okay, what would the difficulty be on the discipline? Sure. It's definitely terrifying, yeah. Yes. I can do the magic.
Oh.
Gotcha. All right, so what would the difficulty be then on the barrier spell.
Whew!
Barely. So, yeah. Essentially, my magic's like crystals. Like, it's like shimmering prisms. So, a big shimmering prism basically kind of shoots out from me and then encompasses us in like a dome. Kind of not, and the way I described it, yeah, it knocks off the spiders from you, pushing them back.
Thanks. That was a quick save. Oh.
Don't ask me to do it again.
Coordination or athletics, you said? And it's a setback and how hard? It was hard?
Oh.
Ah, dang.
We're all gonna have bad dreams tonight.
I was just gonna say the same thing.
No kidding.
Now we're gonna also have to put an arachnophobia warning, content warning on the stream.
Oh my
Because that's a
god.
big one
That
for a lot of people.
that fucking movie is what gave me arachnophobia. Is there some kind of reaction I can do? Um, um, um,
Oh, yeah, you'll take 3 wound.
and soak doesn't apply.
Oh yeah, this will apply.
And I
Um,
take no wound.
does your armor give you soak?
Let me double check, but I think it only gives me one.
All right. I mean, you're probably still gonna soak it all. So you got a brawn of what, 4? Yeah, the 3 points they just got you with isn't gonna be a whole lot. So yeah, I mean, you're just feeling these little bites.
Okay, so I soak it and okay.
We can't hear you again.
It might be Discord.
Oh, I can hear you. It was John specifically. Sorry. No, I apologize. I wasn't clear.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, so I probably have actually walked farther away from the group. I'm like going around the big barn to see if I can see anything.
All right.
But then I would start. Yeah, I probably would start to check out the second barn at that point.
All right. Give me a say average perception.
Oh boy.
Failure triumphs are my favorite type of roll.
So I don't hear you guys yelling, but I can't. I'm trying to think of something good.
All right. So
Armor comes up to me and warns me that bad things are going on.
Maybe you find a significant clue.
yeah, you're not seeing anything that's seems out of the norm here.
You know,
not-
aside from the mummified dead animals in there.
Yeah. But otherwise, in this other barn, I mean, it's or around the back. It looks fine. I mean, you're not seeing any webbing. You're not seeing any holes. The Triumph, though,
Can I find some really ripe strawberries and pick them?
sure. You find like one little patch that seems to not be overgrown, and they are nice, big, fat strawberries, about yay big.
Yum! That sounds so delicious. I'm gonna put one right in my mouth. I'm just gonna start eating some strawberries.
Jules' fine vacation.
Good to know Jules' version of a triumph is eating a fat strawberry.
Big, fat strawberries.
I feel like this is like the type of thing where everybody else is at this place and they're having like paranormal attacks and all of this stuff. And then there's that one person that like literally nothing is happening to. They're like, I don't know why you guys are having such what you think is going
Come
on.
on, guys. There's no such thing as ghosts. Looks away just as the ghost like hovers past the window.
It's pretty much Scooby Doo at the moment.
Actually, yeah.
Everybody else getting
Scooby-Doo, but
chased
a lot of
around.
spiders.
Shaggy and Scoober in the kitchen eating.
Till the ghost shows up.
Okay.
Zoinks.
Right. Alright, so the two that are inside the nice crystalline shell, as Jewel is mowing down strawberries. Is she saving any strawberries? Just scarfing them.
How many are there?
We'll say about, on this plant, probably about 15.
She might save some of them. She may or may not share them later, but she might save some of them.
All right. So the two that are in the crystalline shell. What do you guys want to do? The spiders are now off. They're all. You can see them start to kind of climb up the barrier, and you feel them like almost pounding on it, trying to get in.
Is Cramson able to finally like extricate himself from the floor and stand up?
If Key helps, then yes. Then she
Yes,
reaches down,
well-
kind of grabs and pulls. She should be able to get
He
him up.
will help him up.
Then yes, you
I
are
don't-
still covered
I
in
don't-
webs and some black chips of whatever was on the floor.
You don't want to know.
I don't suppose you're able to move this barrier with us.
I could try. I can't guarantee anything. Could I do that?
I'm trying to think, because I think you can move it. Amy's
Yeah.
looking it up right now.
Yeah,
Barrier
it's kind of
magics.
on the people, so it's like it's not a. It's like a buff in that sense that it's like on you, not on the not on a.
Well, the way I described it was more like I was creating like a barrier, like a perimeter around us.
Yeah.
The description in the book seems to imply the barrier can
Yeah,
move.
I think
like,
it can.
they describe it as like a bubble to surround you while you travel underwater, a barrier that protects you from flames as you walk through a burning house.
So yeah, you should be able to.
Oh,
That's
then,
why
yeah.
I thought you could.
So as long as I shouldn't have to roll again since I'm keeping
you're
it
just
up,
moving.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get to the door.
Indeed.
All right. So as you make your way back to the door, these spiders are just trailing behind you. They keep trying to climb up. So they start kind of get up something. You just keep moving a little bit more. You see a bunch of them tumble down. You see Ula on the floor, lashing around like she's almost like she's on fire.
We need to come up with a plan to get rid of these things.
Agreed.
Ula is rolling around, but she's like, fire! Kill it with fire! Burn the whole fucking place down!
Where the fuck is Jewel when we need her?
Yeah, Keela doesn't feel like she can do anything other than what she's doing right now.
Yeah, you're concentrating pretty hard on the keeping that barrier up.
Let me double check real quick how curses are framed because I'm trying to wonder if Cramson can do some magic.
I think curses are against a general target. I think you can increase the amount of people cursed by increasing the difficulty, but I can't remember.
See, I'm trying to think if I could frame a curse in such a way that it would, like, at least for a couple of spiders, like, cause them to fall still or make them easier to brush aside. Like maybe a curse that sapped strength. I could try to use that on some spiders.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
So Cramson can guess what's happening to Ula right now and just unable to think of any other way to get rid of the spiders, starts to whistle a tune to break their strength. Oh no. Oh
That
no.
bodes so not well.
Ooh. It does actually. The musical instrument lets me select an additional target with no extra difficulty. Yeah.
Thought I
Okay.
only had 4 spiders on me.
So to make sure I understand, we would be treating, say, the spiders on Ula as one target, one swarm. Ooh, I mean, if I can add that as a target, sure, but the focus is getting the spiders off Ula. Okay. In that case, I guess he'll whip out the loot and I'll just get the ones on Ula and then one of the swarms pursuing us as the targets of the spell to keep it from getting too difficult. Okay. Also, I just read my description a little bit further. I can add additional targets with advantage I roll. So it'll be 2 by default and then potentially more. Anywho, that was, you said 1 red, 2 purple? Oh, sorry, 1 red, 1 purple. It's average. Don't know how I goofed that one up.
I know how you goofed it up because the difficulty base is average for curse.
Well, it should stay average because the musical instrument means I don't add
The
difficulty.
default difficulty of curse check is average.
Cool. Oh my god. Well, what was increasing the difficulty? Because the musical instrument means targeting 2 doesn't add to the difficulty. Yeah, yeah, so but shouldn't that mean it's 1 red, 1 purple if it's average and you upgrade with a pip? No, no, because the musical instrument counters that. But I can't target anymore, but I can at least get those spiders to calm down, or at the very least feel very weak, lethargic.
I kind of like stand up, but I like start rubbing my hair, like, ugh. But I would just like to say that like half my head is shaved, so it's more like at yeah.
He didn't say the hair in your head. It could have been like underarm hair or something that there's clogged in.
You're not wrong. And that actually makes it kind of worse because I don't want to picture that.
So much worse.
Once they're on the ground, Ula's gonna stomp on them to like kill them because she's much braver than I am.
Yeah, I guess we're like moving outside, like backing away with our shield. Do the spiders chase us out the door?
Good to know.
Well, shit, if only we'd known that the first fucking time.
Is Ula in like the shade? Is that why she got attacked?
Were you bit? Did any of them bite you?
I was bit. I could feel it.
And Karamson also says that to Key because in the chaos, he's not 100% sure of anything.
Key kind of looks herself over. I don't think so. I think I got the barrier spell up in time.
I think I'm good. We've done this before. We can do it again, and we'll do it before it takes hold. So hold on. Where the fuck is Jewel?
Ula kind of just looks around. She's like, I don't know. She went wandering off when you guys went in.
I almost want Joel to like walk around the corner of the house like, "Hey guys, what's up?"
Eating the strawberry.
Eating a strawberry.
The juice just running down a little bit on the chin, you know.
Well, you know what? Fuck it. We're dealing with this infection before it sets in. Cramson will look over at Key and say, "Do you think you can use your arts again, or?"
Oh, kitty.
Ooh. You know what? Never mind. Put a
It's
pin
my
in it.
baby.
She can kill some spiders.
I might be able to assist you. I don't know if I could outright try right
No,
now.
I can take the lead, but if you can grant me any additional strength, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll give him a boost.
Alrighty, I'm gonna cast a healing spell, much as I did the day before, and see if I can't use that knowledge to push out the venom from the bites. I forgot to, but I will add that.
If Key knows how to, if Key's done this before, does he get maybe a boost or anything on that, or extra boost?
It's true, I have healed this sort of thing once before.
Yeah, I'll give you a boost to it.
Woo! And then what's our difficulty right now?
No, I looked up. It would probably be average because it's easy for base and then you can
Extra if we're
do
trying to do something specific.
restoration will uh immediately end an ongoing status effect. So that would it would end poisoning, I guess. So average.
So 2 purple. Any other bad dice I should add in before I roll? Whew!
That I don't have. But it gets the
So
poison out.
essentially, we stop it from taking hold at all.
Well, that should do it.
He just kind of bends over a little bit and starts like breathing and just says, well, I think we found their nest.
Thank you, Crimson. I think what we need to do is kill it with fire.
Cramson will nod and say, agreed. Let's
If we
find Jewel and
can.
get her to light it on fire.
But we should put a barrier around it so when they try to escape, they can't.
Ooh. What if... Could we make a barrier underground? It seems like the creature's tunnel.
This is true. I am not proficient in barrier magic.
Neither am I.
We both look at Key.
He's still kind of hunched over.
Crimson glances over and is like, let's ask Jewel.
That's a good idea.
I mean, I could try. I could use help.
Ula's just gonna start like screaming for Jewel. She's gonna be like, Jewel, where are you?
Yeah, Crimson's gonna like go around like the other way around the house just to see like, is Jewel over there? Is Jewel out in a field?
Jewel comes around. Just got like maybe like her cloth full of strawberries. There's probably still like 6 or 8 of them. Guys, look what I found.
He just kind of looks up from being hunched over and just gives you a look.
Wait, at your university, was it your track to waste time? Are you getting a degree in strawberry picking?
Strawberries are one of the finest delicacies in the world, and they should not be passed up when the opportunity.
Don't deflect from the subject. Anyway, we found spiders, lots of them. And since I don't think any of us here are as proficient in flames, you think you can burn that whole house down?
If we're gonna burn the house, we should burn the barn too. There's a lot of spider webs in there, and lots of dead animals.
Sounds like a plan, then.
Let's just get rid of them.
I fear this may only... Can you guys still hear me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. My computer gave me a weird pop-up for a second, and I thought maybe my mic broke.
Oh.
But yeah.
No, you're
I
good.
fear that perhaps we will not kill them all with this. This seems more like a place where they come to the surface. If you saw that one underground before, then they are using tunnels to travel.
Well, I can tell you that I saw several sparks of magic which indicated them running underneath the ground in the dirt, but not nearly what is going on here. I don't know if that means that this is like their nest, but we can deal with a few much easier than this. And she just kind of like indicates the house, the barn, the world.
So, Crimson...
This strawberry. So at this point,
You look
Crimson
like you
does
need a
not
strawberry.
take a strawberry.
Kilo will eat one. At this point, anything to, shake the feeling.
Cramson just sort of like paces around, like turns his back to the group for a moment and is just muttering to himself like, but if there is a nest deeper down, then perhaps no, but what else? What if we need to kill this thing at the source? This is a way we could potentially enter their tunnels. There was another door that might lead down. I wonder.
We still need to kill what's here.
Yes, but maybe we shouldn't burn it. If they wouldn't move into the sunlight, if daylight truly blocks them, then maybe we can use this to our advantage.
Who can conjure a mini sun?
We can peel back their cover, expose the entrance, maybe.
All right, with that, let's take a little break. Get up, move around.
I shall be right back.
Yep. All right, get that.
Indeed.
We'll be back shortly.
Gotta start somewhere, right?
And we're back. All right, so have you guys figure out what you want to do with this current situation?
So I had a question that I thought of. What direction is the door facing, and what time of day is it now?
So the door's facing south. So you guys came from the west to the east.
So it's not like it's west facing and we're gonna catch the sun setting through the door.
Right. Time of day, it's little afternoon. So sun's not quite
Pretty high.
at the peak, but it's still pretty high up.
So based on what we've been told, she conjures that maybe the coverings on the window are helping the spiders, that if we could break the windows, it would let some light in, at least on some of the sides of the house.
I mean, we would have to like reach in and grab the cloth that's covering it.
Well, we could try to destroy it from the outside.
I
Or we
still
could-
vote for just burning it down.
Yeah, if there is a tunnel going down, the tunnel will still exist after it's done burning.
Exactly, and it should at least
Well-
kill some of these bitches.
We hope it is intact, but... And Cramson shrugs. I won't oppose an attempt to burn this down, because that was my thought as well, fleeing, and I don't look forward to going back in there, but I think we may need to use this point to attack them further. I don't think this is their source.
It may not be their source, but it could get us to the source. But we can't go back in there.
Key will say again, well, can anyone conjure a mini sun?
Okay.
It's actually a worthwhile idea, because I know, I mean, obviously this isn't D&D, but I think there are some spells that specifically simulate sunlight rather than just magical light. Could something similar be done in Genesis? I imagine it would be harder than just calling on a light spell, but something that actually pulls in sunlight somehow.
Or emits UV.
Well,
Build a tanning bed and open it up at the spiders.
Well, my other thought was to blow the roof off of it because we know it doesn't have a second story.
Yeah, I do like that idea.
Well,
We don't know if the sunlight will just push them down into their hidey hole, though.
right. Well, I know conjuration is generally to conjure creatures or allies or, little minions, stuff like that.
conjure says you can summon a more complicated tool with moving parts with a medium summon. It's not exactly a tool, but
Are you thinking disco ball too?
I mean,
I suppose if we were to create some sort of artificial sunlight, we wouldn't even necessarily need to burn down the house. We could use that to force them away from us and enter and explore deeper into their tunnels. It's a thought, at least.
I mean, we could test the theory of light in general and maybe make a torch of some sort and see if that forces them away. And if it's, or now, and then we would know if it's light. Although, granted, the light ball that you had didn't do anything.
That was what
I
I
was
was say.
just about to ask that.
Yeah.
Well, it couldn't hurt to at the very least try to smash the windows with rocks, light those coverings on fire. try to expose the house to more sunlight.
We could do that. And what if we conjured up some mirrors?
It could be something.
That could direct the sunlight more for us.
Just kill them
There
like
is
ants.
another way we could test the effects of sunlight on them as well. Key, you still have the one in the jar, right?
I do.
What would happen if we force it into sunlight? I wonder.
She grabs the jar from her knapsack.
All right. So as soon as you pull it out into the sunlight, you see it bury into the what dirt is there and kind of cover itself up.
What if we injected them with sunlight?
You cut
Or
out in the middle of that one for me.
We inject them with sunlight. Like maybe, like I heard this idea of like injecting with sunlight.
Hey, I've heard that idea somewhere too.
So are we
Here's
dealing
the plan.
with vampire?
We give them some bleach to drink and inject it into the spiders. That'll do it.
All right. So what do you guys want to do with this house?
To be honest, I say we're way overthinking this because that's literally what we do. Let's just burn it to the ground.
Jules ready to burn if that's what people want.
Cramson will shrug and gesture at the house. He's not gonna stop you if you want to burn it.
Gonna burn
We'll
it?
have to sift through the rubble later and hope that tunnel doesn't collapse.
Why don't we try burning the one in the jar first?
We don't even know if there's a tunnel for sure.
That's a fair point.
Okay, before we burn it down, let's see if a torch does anything. Just steer them away, or if they react. There's still some at the doorway. They're making like a barrier. You said.
Yeah.
So if we light a torch and move towards them, do they react to that?
So as you get close, they kind of, I guess way to say it would be they kind of disassemble, fall apart, and move back into the house. And as soon as you kind of get closer, the door slams.
And I think they didn't like that.
They seem pretty sentient for being little critters.
Well, they are magical ones.
Or they're controlled by someone else.
Burn it.
All possibilities.
Burn it to the ground.
Burn it down. Burn it down.
Oh no.
No, he's back.
Jules gonna do some fire magic at it.
All right.
Ula will cheer you on.
Well, if you already got a torch, you can always use that too. But you can throw fireballs if you want as well.
See, that's not as fun.
Yeah, it's more stylish to fireball the house.
All right.
For sure.
Plus, they closed the door on us.
So are you going to... How are you going to do it? Just do like a little ball of fire, like a big fireball, a stream of fire?
Yes,
All of the above.
across the front would be good.
Okay. Give me a average Arcana. So, as you reach out, kind of move your hand across. Your aim wasn't the best, and instead of it hitting the house and like little porch there is, you catch the dead grass, which quickly ignites and starts going through, like, towards the house, but also towards you, and out towards the fields.
So we've just California'd this place.
At least it wasn't a gender reveal party.
I was gonna say it's a girl.
Yeah, at least we were trying to kill spiders.
I'm pretty sure one of the California wildfires at some point was also killed or started by that.
Yeah, as the wind is lightly blowing to the west, it catches up and just right into the field. And yeah, it goes up fast.
We need
I
to
grab a
stop that.
bucket and I throw some water on it. Sorry.
Oh boy.
It takes a few minutes, but the fire does spread to the house.
Are Key's actions containing the fire, or because Crimson will say, Ula, you have more elemental skills, right? Can you potentially cut that off with earth and water?
I'll try. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'd like to try to like conjure or whatever, like a hard rain over the part, like mostly over the field.
Okay.
Yeah, my barrier spell went down the minute we got out into the sunlight.
Yep. Alright, so conjuring out over the field. Okay, so this will be a hard check.
Can I give a boost if Crimson starts playing?
Yeah, you can always try. Well, you could do like a leadership,
Play the Reigns of Castellamore.
but I am going to upgrade it.
Reigns of Castamere.
So you'll
No,
have
I was
one
going to
red,
play
two
like
purple.
TCR. I want to know if you've ever seen the rain.
I miss the rains down in Africa.
Now that's a good meme song.
All
And we
right, do I
couldn't
get a...
sing Britney Spears earlier.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's Toto.
I mean,
And-
yeah. To be
Really,
fair.
really blame it on the rain.
To be fair.
Thank you.
Or we could always go with Blind Melon, you know. All I could do is... I don't remember. But it's called No Rain, so that's if I fail. Do I get the boost or not?
Yeah, he's got to do an average leadership.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, as it says in the crow, can't rain all the time.
Ah.
No, but you could heal a strain. Or he
I
can.
guess I'll heal a strain because I've taken a fair bit of strain.
So yeah, there's no boost. I mean, the playing is nice, but he just can't really.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
All right, well, then I'll only take one strain to cast it, I guess.
Well, he took the advantage
I
to
selfishly
heal
healed myself because I had taken a fair bit of strain.
it. Yep.
All right.
The playing didn't help you at all, but it helped me feel better.
He feels
Like
good
I
about
was
it.
helping. Oh,
So trying to kick everything
no.
up, trying to conjure. The wind kicks up.
Oh, no.
And just proceeds to spread the fire. Just kind of helps push it along.
Can I try to go all earthbender?
Please.
You can get one more shop. That will automatically upgrade or increase to a daunting. You won't have a red, but it'll be 4 purple.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna take the shot.
Story point.
Story point.
Can always pick up-
Story point.
Absolutely.
Unacceptable. Hey, I got 2 story points again.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Holy shit!
Dang.
got an advantage.
Guess you could heal a strain. At this point, Cramson is taking off to get some help in, like, I don't know, digging a ditch to stop this from spreading. Like, Cramson is actually just running to the next farmstead over just to, like, round up people.
All right.
How big of a barrier would I need, like encase the fire?
If you want to encase what's currently ablaze, yeah, it'll be pretty big. It'll be at least a hard check. So you got size and range.
That's what I was wondering. Okay.
Now, does your staff, I can't remember, the staff you have do anything, or is it just like a staff?
Right now it's a regular staff. I didn't have any money to like.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm like hoping eventually that I'll find something that I can focus magic with.
Right.
But yeah, I would say that this is another instance where she's gonna use magic to save.
All right.
Yeah, or at least attempt it, because there's people in danger.
All right, so I need a hard discipline check first. Since she's knowingly going to use magic.
Yeah. Okay. Ha 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 ha. Strain, but yeah.
Yep, so you'll take some strain. Actually, no. We're not going to do strain. So, go ahead and make your hard check, but you're going to get a setback.
Why do you hate us?
It's just another way I can use threat.
I think Joe wants us to live with the consequences of our actions.
I mean, actions have consequences, just saying.
Do you guys want me to flip for it?
It's up to you. I mean, we've got a lot of story points, and it's not like we'll
We've
keep
got
them.
3, so if you want to, go for it.
So that upgrades one of my dice, right?
Yes. So it'll replace a green with a yellow.
Gotcha. So hard with a setback.
Yes.
Oh.
Now I take strain.
Yep, now you can take some strain. So what does it look like?
Essentially, the crystal will create a barrier around the perimeter of the fire, circling around to try to maneuver it, back towards the house and away from anything bad. And then I'll do the same kind of thing. I'll kind of dome over, so it's only fire burning underneath the dome.
Okay.
She wants to smother it.
Yep. So after about a minute of you concentrating on the barrier, the fire sputters out as it burns all the oxygen inside. Can't see through it, just nothing but smoke. But it's out. Grant's still running like hell. Just,
I'm still running. Unless someone comes to get me.
Well, I would assume you would see, in the time frame that you would see the crystal barrier kind of start going up, and you know that that's me because you've seen it.
I might need to make a perception check because I was running pretty fast away from the fire.
Can always give it a shot. Let's do a
But
hard check.
The fire was also fairly large, so
True.
just make your check. Whew.
Hey. I guess I notice.
So as you're running, yeah, you see kind of the glint of sunlight off of the crystal, and kind of catches your eye, and you turn to look, and you see the dome of crystal just smother the flames. As you're still kind of running, you're slowing down to a jog, you end up tripping and kind of rolling down the road a couple feet. So go ahead and take 3 strain. Just some bumps and bruises.
This is fine.
This is fine. This is fine.
But the house is engulfed in flames. Those that are standing close to the house, give me a average perception.
Do I need to do that? So once the fire threat was gone, I will drop the barrier. So do I have to roll, or am I still working on the barrier spell?
You can... Oh, you could drop it if you want.
Okay. So
Alright, so what do we got here? So, over the roar of the flames, Ula, you hear shrieking coming from inside. As it continues, I mean, it's just a steady shriek that does not stop. As it goes on, you hear it slightly change in tone and pitch. And you start to hear a man's voice, a woman's voice, and a child's voice, all screaming.
And what did it sound like before it changed? Like, did it sound human or?
No, it was just a high-pitched shriek. I can't make that noise, so I'm not even gonna try.
think Nazgul from Lord of the Rings.
She doesn't really watch those.
Ah, damn it.
I prefer The Hobbit.
She's the Hobbit movies.
Thorin is my man.
It is a choice.
And I just lost everybody as a viewer. I know. Whatever. Get over it.
How are we getting
I'm not
negative views?
making you watch The Hobbit.
But yeah, so
Very-
just a high-pitched shriek that changes into 3 separate voices screaming, and then it stops.
Cramson jogs back up. So what did I miss?
Right before Cramson jogs up, Ula, when she starts hearing like the 3 separate screams, she's gonna like cover her ears and kind of like back away a little bit because she has like she doesn't know, she just knew that there was, I don't think you guys said that there was a woman and a child. I think you just
We
said
never
that it was the
mentioned-
guy. Or we only knew about the guy. You guys knew about the woman and child. Or Cramson did.
Yeah, I think actually Cramson hasn't mentioned to anyone the state of the family
No.
just yet, so nobody really knew.
Yeah, so Ula's gonna just kind of stumble back and cover her ears and be like, What is that?
Is that when my character gets back?
Yeah, that's right when you're trotting up, kind of still dusting yourself off.
What's what? What are you hearing?
Screaming. But there's like 3 people. There was nobody in there. Was there?
And Cramson pales a bit and looks back at the house.
So it goes kind of pinkish.
Yeah.
Does he have red scales?
Yeah, he's got red scales.
So they go kind of pink.
Yeah.
Keela's eyes just go absolutely wide. Like,
But they
what?
couldn't have been alive. They were desiccated, frozen in place. The spiders were living inside them, far more than could even just sit inside a body. They had to have. There was no way they couldn't have been alive.
Out of character, wasn't the girl like mummified?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like dried out bodies,
Husks,
right?
basically. Yeah.
There was another door we never looked in, right?
No, they never looked in the other door because they got chased out by the spiders.
Also, you were very quiet there for some reason.
Yeah.
Keela just like kind of sits down on the ground and just starts staring at the burning building and starts rubbing her coin.
So after a few minutes, the blaze going on through the house, it begins to collapse in on itself. After about an hour, I'm sitting there just watching it. You don't see any of the spiders coming out. The noise had stopped a while ago. And it's just like smoldering ruins.
While she's sitting on the ground, Keela pulls back out the other spider just to see how he's reacting to everything.
Still being buried in the dirt. It doesn't seem to react to anything.
It's not like moving inside the dirt, like
Nope.
writhing in pain or anything.
Nope.
Or it's not getting like extra agitated.
Nope, it's very still.
You're thinking hive mind.
Kinda.
Well, but the fire's almost out, so if it's just very still.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if it like could sense that its buddies are getting killed, or if it's hive mind and it's, the main droid ship went down, so all the other droids went down, kind of thing.
Also, while this is all happening, I think I actually want to use Cramson's heroic ability. So I will flip another pip.
To use the ability, you got to use 2.
Oh, that's right. Oh god, I would have to use both of ours.
Yep.
Do we want to risk that? It might be worthwhile to confirm a little bit of knowledge. And I mean, Joe's going to use a pip on us. anyway as soon as he gets a chance. So like we'll get something back very soon, I'm sure.
I don't mind.
Well, and based on the time, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So I will flip both our remaining pips to activate Cramson's heroic ability, which I don't think we've done on stream yet.
We have not. So for those who are curious, heroic abilities are abilities that each character has. When you make your character, you get to decide what you want it to be. There's a general list that you can kind of look through. But the cool part is you get to figure out kind of how it works, and there's a general outline of how it works. But you can either randomly decide how you got the ability, be it set upon you by a divine being. It's just in your blood. You're exposed to magic. You're just born with it. But every character has it, and you get to also name it whatever you like. So, like, Danielle's is named
Mist Whispers. It uses the foretelling base power from the book, but essentially Daniel can commune with spirits and otherworldly forces whenever there's some kind of fog or smoke or thick vapor in the air. And since we've got a big fire, might as well put that smoke to use. The rest of the party will see Daniel head off to the side, like not like close to the smoldering embers, enough that there's like a fair bit of smoke swirling around him, and he almost looks like he's meditating as he tries to reach out and pierce across the veil.
Does he play his instrument during this time too, or is it just the reflection of the thought?
What was that? You were extremely muffled.
Oh, do you play your instrument when you're doing this?
He doesn't play his instrument. He just sits there, breathing it in. Seems like he's meditating almost, just sort of letting the trance take him. And mechanically, what this means is I, at this level, can ask the GM one yes or no question about knowledge I don't have any reason to possess, which must be answered truthfully.
yes.
So when Daniel finally makes contact with whatever is out there, whatever intelligence he reaches out to in these moments, he'll simply ask, can we use a tunnel beneath this house to find the source of those creatures?
So as you say that into the void of the smoke, you hear it and feel it echo as it goes out. But instead of the normal voice you're used to, you hear a very soft, childlike voice go, "No."
Good to know. Oh, Daniel will try not to think about that. And when he comes out of things, he'll say, well, my speculation was for nothing. There's no use in digging down beneath this house, at least not for finding whatever caused this. I still think that they are using the tunnels to traverse around the area, especially during day, but there's no further reason for us to try and dig through here.
Speaking of daylight, what is our plan for the nighttime? Who will ask the party?
I don't think we should spend the night here. We should leave this area. In fact, we should leave here immediately, once we've ensured that the fire won't spread again.
Back to the apothecary?
It's safer than here.
I think that going to the apothecary is probably our best bet. We can bring this spider to the alchemist. I can't remember her name, sorry.
Dwella.
Dwella. Yeah, that's right. I wrote that down. We can bring the spider to Dwella, and maybe it can help her to come up with an antidote. And then we can go back and not sleep outside.
Keela just keeps nodding. She's just kind of in a semi-state of shock right now. She's not panicking, but she's just kind of like, what happened?
All right. So you guys head back to the apothecary.
Yeah.
Okay.
As we're walking, Jules gonna try to distract Key to get her mind off of things that happened, and maybe ask her some questions about her childhood, things she liked to do, try to bring out some positive memories. I can do a leadership check or something if you want me to on that.
You're hoping to talk about positive childhood memories with Key?
Yeah.
I'm not sure this will work the way you intend.
Also, I think you might need to move your mic or something. You are really muffled.
Well, it's just it's
Yeah,
super
it's
soft.
barely coming through.
We all swapped around. Now he's gonna blow our eardrums. What's that?
Any better or no?
No,
No, it's still
it's
super
super
messed
soft.
up.
It's like you can kind of
Wait a
hear you,
minute.
but you're like muffled. Like it's like you have pop over your face.
It's almost like your headset isn't picking it up. It's like your computer's picking it up or something.
Like your camera or something.
I don't think my camera has a mic on it.
I think that your mic on your headset is not picking you up.
It might be a different mic.
Could be your computer mic. I don't know, but something's picking you up, and I don't think it's your headset.
Or a wire in that headset got real janked up.
No, shouldn't. It's fairly new.
Well, if he's anything like me, that should not matter.
I know
better?
that feeling.
There we go.
That's much better.
There we go.
Connection. Yeah, that'll happen.
If you had a cat, I would blame the cat.
Yeah. Stupid cat.
So as you're trying to glean information from Key, she's only going to give you yes or no answers to things that could be yes or no. And the only thing that you'll get out of her was my only good memories are when I could read by myself.
Jules a fan of reading too. She likes knowledge and learning. So yeah, maybe we'll discuss some of that.
Maybe you can compare books that you read or something.
All I can think of is one scene. I own many leather-bound books. My desk smells of rich mahogany.
That's awesome.
We'll pull up our Goodreads app and compare books we've read.
Well, it would probably be more like topics because I'm guessing the volumes that she was, reading from, the titles probably have been scratched out or, worn out.
Run.
But yeah, she won't divulge a lot, but she'll give you that for sure that she read a lot.
All right. If Jewel can sense that this is something that Key doesn't want to talk about, maybe she'll switch to fruits and vegetables and ask what Jewel's favorite, or I mean, what Key's favorite fruits are to eat, other than strawberries.
Well,
Because
she
obviously everybody loves strawberries.
He's writing a thesis on strawberries.
She'll look at you and be like, "So that was a strawberry?"
I'm
I mean,
allergic.
it was good. I've never tried it before.
What things did you eat in your village? She was a bit aristocratic. Like she grew up with like merchant money, so like she doesn't necessarily relate to the poor that well.
She'll just kind of look at you, gruel. Dead things from the sand. Mostly gruel.
Sounds charming, Jewel will say.
I wouldn't
Oh
know.
God, she's gonna be one of those people.
She'll just nod at that though. She'll just kind of be like, "Yep."
And then
Ever
Jewel
try
just gets
hard,
up and
Dad?
walks away.
Yeah. Walks ahead. Just...
He's used to it.
Alright, so it takes you guys a little while to get back. Starting to not quite dark, but you can tell the sun's going down. As you get near, you can smell that apothecary.
Smells quite comforting after
Yeah,
that place.
you're getting used to the smell. It's now kind of a smell of comfort.
Well, just about anything smells better than that house and the dead things.
They were dead. It's fine. They weren't alive. It was very dead.
So as you
There, he didn't.
Can
Why
Jewel
did I
cast,
hear them?
can Jewel cast some kind of like ward, like using Arcana to like that would let her know if other arcane magics were used in the area around the apothecary? Basically, trying to protect from the spiders.
Jokes on you. The spiders were made with reverse magic.
Actually, it was divine. No.
yeah, I think you can. Pretty sure utility. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not really it's not really like barrier, but just some kind of just like alert that if something were to come into the area, she'd be alerted at night in her sleep.
Yeah,
Like
kind of
an
like an alarm.
yeah, I was gonna say like an alarm spell.
Yeah, you can set something like that up.
I know we've walked a couple hours, like we're pretty far away, but
Yeah.
can't be too safe.
Oh,
We-
you guys have made it there, but yeah,
Well, after the day we've had.
yeah. So, as you get in, dwelling. Oh, you guys are back.
We're a little soot stained and we're looking a little worse for the wear too, so
Oh yeah, she can smell the burning house and crop on you.
Key reaches into the knapsack, grabs the spider in the jar, and sets it on the table.
Oh, you brought me some dirt.
No, we found the culprit.
Shake it a little bit.
So as you start shaking it, it launches at the bottle very angrily. She's like, oh, what have we here?
There are thousands of these spiders in, well, probably under the area around the village. We found a nest in one farmer's house and let's just say we burned it. That nest is gone. But there are presumably others somewhere around the area.
Wow.
They fear sunlight and fire, but that's about the only weaknesses we know so far.
There is a black venom that comes from its. I don't know, what would I call it, a mandible?
It's fangs, mandibles.
Yeah, from its fangs. That's what's causing these people to get sick.
Well, now that we know that, we just have to figure out where they're at.
And who enchanted them this way?
Indeed, that's going to be the hard part. But why don't you guys rest? It looks like you've had a hard day.
Yes.
You can go
Very
get
much
cleaned up, and I can have my little friend here make you something to eat. You look over and you see this little goblin. He's looking a little bit better. Just, I make food! I make food! And he just runs off.
Hello, Gaunt.
When we do get the food, I'll go sit next to Jewel, and I'll just be like, "So, what am I eating?" She's now gonna be using Jewel to teach her everything.
She's gonna want to know everything about food.
So as you guys sit there, takes a while. You guys can each go and get cleaned up. She's got kind of like a little bathhouse. Each of you take turns, get clean. When you come back, sit down. Garn's right there. He's got a bowl of stew, big hunk of bread. Just sets it down. Eat, eat, eat. Runs off. Goes and gets some more, brings the next one. Eat, eat.
It's very good. Thank you.
So Jewel will point out the different foods that I'm sure there's probably some like potatoes and some carrots and maybe some kind of, I don't know,
Like rabbit.
game that's in there. Yeah, and tell them all, as well as the spices you can pick out if there are any spices. I don't know. I'm guessing it's pretty plain.
This is the most delicious thing I've ever had.
Jules like, let me teach you.
She's
Jules
gonna
just
turn Key into a foodie.
1.5 on Yelp.
Essentially, that's Key's way of saying, I'm not trying to put you off. Thank you for talking to me. I'm just not used to this yet.
So as you guys are kind of looking through, or eating and doing everything, Dwella's over there just examining the spider. You see her kind of pull out this long, I think like a skewer. Carefully open the jar and just start stabbing into it. She eventually gets it, kind of pulls it out. It's all, legs are all curled up. Puts it on a little tray and just starts kind of cutting into it very carefully. Trying to get to the venom sacs without damaging them. You guys just keep eating. Garn just kind of keeps coming back, filling up everything. Brings cups of wine for those who wants it, water.
When Garn comes back again to refill or whatever, I just want to ask him if he knows how the other patient is doing.
I
Did you not meet the other patient?
Oh no, I did. He's over there. He sleep. He sleep. He sees, while you guys, the others eating. Kind of starts hopping, trying to see what Dwella's doing. Kind of climbs up a little bit, because he's pretty short. Yeah, I mean, being a goblin and everything. He kind of looks, peers up. Oh. Those bad.
Key accepts a glass of wine from him, her first glass ever, and goes, "What do you mean?"
They're bad.
You've seen those before?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where they originate from?
Kind of. I see Teak make some.
You've seen who make some?
Teak.
Who is Teak?
He's from the Red Spears.
Another
Uses-
goblin?
Yes. Another goblin. Uses magic.
So, where do these red spears hang out?
They move a lot. They came through my little encampment, my village. They tried to make us part of them. We didn't know.
Would you mind showing us where your village used to be later?
Yeah.
I think we'd like to investigate, see if we can't learn more.
Yeah, I could show you.
He takes her first gulp and starts coughing because she doesn't realize that you're supposed to sip wine, not take huge gulps.
Slowly, drink it slowly.
It's always a bit
Okay.
rough starting out.
Perhaps we can go to Garn's village tomorrow.
Agreed.
Jewel is also going to advise Key to have just one glass of wine since it's the first time.
Wise choice.
She kind of looks at you, but why? It's delicious.
That's why.
Out of character, no Ambi 2.0.
Never again.
She will heed the advice.
Alright. So I think what we'll do is we will end this here tonight. Well, it's 15 minutes early, but that's okay. So yeah, you guys get some rest. You'll recover all your strain. Luckily the story points were reset for next session, next Monday. But yeah, that would be it for tonight.
Nice.
You get a nice warm place to sleep, nice warm food for your belly. And you don't have to worry.
I'm still kind of got the EBGBs thinking about the spiders going down Ula's back.
Alright.
This
Ula
was
does
definitely
too.
A horror session.
So for any of those that have been watching and possibly still watching, I don't know, haven't looked. Thank you. But yeah, we're gonna call it for tonight. So see you next Monday.
See ya.
Keep your stick on the ice.
Okay, Ray Green.